Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here and welcome back to another video for Forza Horizon 3. Yes, this is the third one today. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying them so far. If you haven't seen the previous two, there's some gameplay and a look at all the tuning and customization options, then I will link those down below. But in this video, I want to talk about my top 5 favourite new features in Forza Horizon 3. I've been playing the game since number 1, I've seen it evolve from iteration to iteration, and this time around there are some really cool new features that I personally really like, so yeah, let's talk about them. If you guys do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know what you think about my top 5, if you guys have got anything that I perhaps didn't mention. But let's get started. So, coming in at number 5, custom characters and custom names. Now yes, character customization or kind of custom characters isn't exactly groundbreaking in the gaming sphere, so to speak, but in Forza Horizon or Forza in general, a game where typically you don't really see the person you play as that much, you know, you're basically just in a car, you see your hands, and you know, it doesn't really matter too much. But because Forza Horizon 3 is all about running the show, being the boss and whatnot, it's kind of important that you have a face. So this time around, while it isn't creation, you don't get to kind of jump into an editor, tweak your face, your hairstyle, and put on things like beards and tattoos and stuff. You do still get to choose from a pre-made selection of people, and of course all of these guys are fully modelled, so once you do select them, they obviously represent you in games. So at least this time, when you're running the show, you don't just have to be kind of the generic dude that we've been in the past. This time you actually get the chance to have a little bit more personality, and that also extends to your names. Instead of just typing your name and saying, you know, my name is Arekkz, you instead pick from a selection of names, male, female, and nicknames. And all of these are fully voiced, so anytime you are referenced in the game, whether that be one of the event organisers, anything like that, then you are called out. So the nicknames are really, really fun. There's some kind of cool things to play with, things like Master Chief, Big Boss, Bromeo, some crazy names down there. So yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had with that. And while yes, in a racing game, it's not exactly the most important thing, it's still something that kind of injects a little bit more personality into the game. And moving over to number 4, new radio stations and custom music. So Forza Horizon has always had a really cool soundtrack. I've got the soundtrack for number 1 and number 2 has some genuinely good tunes. But in Forza Horizon 3, there are of course new radio stations, which brings loads of new music, loads of really cool new music. Again, it's got a really killer soundtrack. However, on top of that, it also has the Groove Music radio station. And Groove Music is basically Microsoft's music playing service, so you can basically sign up for that, and you can of course then, you know, have a load of ad-free music, some custom tunes, you can create playlists and whatnot, and if you link that up with Forza Horizon 3, you can effectively have your own radio stations. So while yes, the tunes in game are super awesome, and there's plenty of good music to listen to, if you do want to drive to your own music and you happen to have a Groove Music account, then you can link those together and have some custom tunes and make your own stations. So that is super cool. Moving on from there to number 3, co-op campaigns. So Forza Horizon has obviously always had a campaign you kind of play through, you compete in the festival and whatnot, and of course once you've done that, or kind of you get fed up with that, you can then jump online and go and play in 12-player online free roam and of course multiplayer lobbies as well. However, new in Forza Horizon 3 is a 4-player online co-op mode that allows you to play through the entire campaign with your friends. So that means you can kind of jump in, and if you're kind of going through the story out of a matter of necessity, maybe you kind of just want to like tick things off, unlock things, etc., then you can do that with your friends. And let's be honest, playing through campaign in any kind of game, whether it be a racing game, a shooting game, anything like that, is a lot more fun if you're racing with your friends. Unless, of course, your friend happens to be distinctly better than you and then you lose all your races. But that's not important for the time being. Moving over to number 2, this is one that I am super happy about as someone that likes to customize their cars and someone that is also a big fan of Japanese cars. They have for the first time introduced body kits into Forza Horizon. And what I mean by that is you've always been able to tweak parts of the body. You know, you can change the hood, you can change the wings, you can change some of the wheel arches from time to time. But this time around, they've actually got full body kits and wide body kits from industry leaders like Rocket Bunny and Liberty Walk. So for things like the GT86, you got a nice kind of Rocket Bunny kit, which is one that I am a super big fan of. Not a massive fan of the spoiler, to be honest, but the rest of it, absolutely love it. Of course, you've got plenty more as well. There aren't necessarily body kits for every single car in the game, and some of them aren't necessarily from like the brands like Rocket Bunny or Liberty Walk. Some of them are just sort of like Forza-inspired ones. Some of them aren't quite so drastic. So, for example, on some of the American muscle cars, you get the engine out the hood, but you don't necessarily have like a complete car makeover. But regardless, body kits are a new addition, and it's something that is super awesome for customization. So yeah, definitely right up at the top for me. However, number 1 is the drone camera mode. Now this is really cool because in previous games you've of course had photo mode, you've had the ability to use the replay camera to kind of go back through, you know, slow things down, check some different angles, but all while doing that you have still in the past fundamentally been restricted by the cameras that are given to you in game. However, drone mode allows you to completely detach yourself from your car and fly around the world completely free. In fact, you can just leave your car where it is and fly to pretty much the other side of the map if you want to. So if you then think about the implementation for kind of the people out there that like to make crazy Forza videos with, you know, like all the different angles, drift montages, anything like that, then this is going to be incredible. Plus, when you're playing in online races, you can even, for example, if you're racing with like 7 people, you could have one person sit out and act as the drone, and they could actually go around, do the camera work and whatnot, and of course then you can have everyone else racing at the same time. So it's safe to say there's a lot of potential for the drone mode, and I am definitely super excited to see what some of those Forza guys start doing with the camera. But that is pretty much it. Those are my top 5 new features added to Forza Horizon 3. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know your thoughts. But thanks for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.